Alright, what's up YouTube? We're back with a video, and I'm kind of going to explain in this video because, you know, this is something why my head's on it. And I'm thinking, yeah, I can basically run it off, right? So, what it is like, I want to mention PSA, right? PSA grading. So when you get a card, right, you buy this card, right? You buy this card here, and you look at this card and you decide on what grading company you want to grade this card with. You look, right, at the 2 or 3 best options that you used to have in America was CGC, Beckett, and PSA. PSA being number 1, Beckett usually ranking in 2nd, and CGC landing in 3rd place, right? That was the lowdown of these companies, right? 1 in 1, and it was all in 3 different sections or areas of, you know, the United States, yeah? So you're going to have to get your card, and you're going to have to, you know, be a PSA submitter and send them across the pond to another country, right? And that's technically what you're doing. So there was a load of Randy Bobs that didn't know how to submit cards, how to do this, you know, send their cards off, because they ultimately want to increase the value of that card, right? So, the UK was never a place where, you know, kind of people wanted to kind of do that. They wanted someone to do it for them, right? So, you know, Graded Gem came along. Graded Gem says, submit your cards to us and we'll send the cards to America, right? So, you would then send your cards into Graded Gem, or some people would, but, you know, and then they would send these cards away to America. You would get them back. You would pay them a small commission fee on top because they're doing the work for you. And then this would be more beneficial if you didn't have a PSA membership. Now, if you are not grading as a business and you are not buying to sell, basically, like let's say you buy 50 cards, you grade them all, and then you sell them all on the internet, right? And you don't keep anything. Let's say you're just selling for pure profit, pure money. You don't care about the cards. You're not in Pokemon for collecting. You don't give a toss, right? You want the most maximum value that the cards will offer you at that moment in time. And PSA slabs have always been proven to provide that. Right. Now I'm going to switch this into cryptocurrency real quick, because I think that this is the main mention. Right, we all know that Bitcoin is the #1 main coin that was created as a cryptocurrency. This is your PSA. Right. Now, for example, when there's been any type of competitor in the Bitcoin space, it has never been any good, right? For example, Ethereum. Ethereum is trash. Yeah, it is rubbish, garbage. The main Ethereum second chain is garbage, rubbish. It is terrible, yeah? It was only good for when people was actually cryptocurrency mining it, and it was decentralized, right? Now, when Ethereum came around, you had Solana. Solana was the competitor to Ethereum, right? The main Ethereum chain, which, you know, is the one that's worth, like, the one with the little black symbol, right? Which is number 2 on the list. Solana is now, can do NFTs, can do this, can do that, and it's real fast, and it is free to sell, basically, right? So, for example, Litecoin. Litecoin is one of the best networks ever to exist, right? Which is still really undervalued. I'm telling you that right now. You know, Litecoin can be sent from you to anyone else for free, and it basically relies on layer 2. You know, you don't need a layer 2. Basically, it's a layer 1, right? It's a layer 1, but it's built differently to Bitcoin, but works as a peer-to-peer cash. Bitcoin's simple fact right now is you buy it and the value goes up, right? That's pretty much all it does. But the whole point of our money system that was generated today is a scam, yeah? And the reason why I say it's a scam is because the government control the print amount, yeah? And they print more to the value of inflation. And they rob the citizens through inflation and people that save their money. So then when people decided, wait a minute, we need a bit of an alternative system in a way to either save our money or to put our money in something or a competitor to the cash system, like a peer-to-peer digital cash that we can send on the internet that the government doesn't control, and that's what Bitcoin was supposed to be, yeah? But Bitcoin has not proved to do that, yeah? So comparing this to PSA and comparing this to another grading company that comes out, like people that actually listen to what I say, because the thing is, people that actually listen, yeah, get somewhere, because I got somewhere doing this exact same system, right? For example, right, you send your cards off to PSA like you buy Bitcoin, right? You buy Bitcoin and you hold Bitcoin, right? You buy Bitcoin, you hold some more Bitcoin. You buy PSA cards and then you hold PSA cards. The card is rare, yeah? If the card is rare and it has, like, you know, bring this back to another creator. SM Pratt back in like 2010, right, went ahead and bought trophy cards when they weren't worth anything. No one was interested in them. No one gave a toss, right? He went and brought them up, holded them, the value went up, right? Same system with Bitcoin. You buy Bitcoin, you hold it, it goes up, right? That's basically what you do. You know, you buy digital assets, they go up in value. Now, the competitor to the Bitcoin is digital cash, to the government's piece of paper. So the enemy of the piece of paper, right? The enemy of the piece of paper is digital cash, because digital cash can be sent across the internet privately, like Zcash, because Zcash, or you know, Zcash, or like people say Dragon Ball Z, or Zebra, yeah, like this Zcash, yeah, Zcash, zero cash is what it's actually called. So this has an anonymity, yeah, so you can put a block so you cannot see the guy behind the transaction, like this, right? And then boom, this is ultimate, the best digital cash to exist. Now, Bitcoin is Bitcoin, yeah? Buy it, the price goes up. Buy PSA cards, the price goes up. You know, buy PSA cards, you can sell them for profit because the price goes up, right? But the purpose of Bitcoin and Zcash, or the point of Bitcoin, is to be digital cash, but it's not proven to do that. Now, how does this resolve in the terms of grading companies? Right. This is where, you know, this is the ultimate truth, right? When you get told by YouTubers that have an affiliation with a company, that don't disclose that they have an affiliation with a company, or they say that they have an affiliation with a company, and they claim that the content is not sponsored, the content is sponsored, regardless, because they're pumping a promo code. Please grade with this, guys, we get 10% off, right? Or please grade with these guys give us 50% back, or whatever. These guys give you 5% cash back for how many cards you send in, right? Let's just take this for example. Listen, right? You are like a shitcoiner. Now, what I'm going to say is a shitcoiner is, let's say I tell you to buy Bitcoin and I tell you to buy the digital cash options to rival the government's money system, because we're all controlled and everyone only cares about PSA's value and price on Pokemon cards in the price of dollars. How much is this worth? How much is this worth? Look. Collectors usually don't give a shite about the price of the cards because they are collecting them for personal possessions and they're not selling them. People that care about price is people that are constantly selling them, yeah? Or in a way to recover money back. Let's say you can grade 50 cards at PSA, you can sell one, let's say get all your money back for grading all those cards, and you're never ever going to sell those other cards, and you're going to keep them and you're going to use that money and grade more. So a shitcoiner is someone who goes, buy Shiba Inu. Buy Shiba Inu, guys. Yeah, guys, buy Shiba Inu. They go online and they're like, or they buy Pump Fart Coin or something, and they go, buy Fart Coin, guys. Buy Fart Coin. Everybody should buy Fart Coin. This is the new Bitcoin. Everyone buy Fart Coin, right? And then everyone sits there and goes and buys fart coin. And then when people lose their money in fart coin, that guy don't either make videos or no more, or he's telling you, oh, sorry guys, I made a mistake, buy this coin. So there was a guy called Raoul Paul in the cryptocurrency community, right? Straight up scamming piece of shit, yeah? This is what this guy was, right? Everyone was telling people, buy Bitcoin, yeah? Buy Bitcoin, the value goes up, yeah? But the purpose of Bitcoin is you wasn't supposed to sell it back to pounds and dollars, right? Pounds is the enemy of Bitcoin, yeah? A pound, and it, right, like, I believe our money system is a complete Ponzi scheme, right? It's a Ponzi scheme. This piece of paper is a complete Ponzi scheme, right? Because, let me tell you something. It has a mascot on it. It makes it look like it approves it's real, right? It has a Bank of England, which no one knows where the profit goes. And the Bank of England is in a private bank, right, which is in London, right? It's not even in London. The bank is not even in London. It's a privatised area of London, yeah, which prints the money, right? So, if no one knows where the profits go, and it's a promissory note, it's a promise to pay off something. So this could be called 1,000 stones. 1,000 stones. How much is for that? How much for that Pokemon cards, guys? That's 1,000 stones. I'm gonna pay you 1,000 stones for this. Yeah, 1,000 stones. So they made this concept of paper money that controls everybody's life, and it's a scam, and you save it all, and they're printing it. I always give the people the analogy when bonbons. Bonbons, let's say there's a guy in a printing, well, a sweet factory, right, creating bonbons. You're trying to save all the bonbons, and he's fucking making more. Yeah? Same system with the money. You're trying to save all the money, but somebody's constantly making more. In Pokemon, that is the same system. The Pokemon cards go out of print. So that means that these are not in print. This is constantly in print. Pokemon cards are not in print. So Pokemon cards attain value over a certain length of time because there is now less of the original supply. So if the original supply, if the supply was this to begin with, like let's say 30 million cards, now after 10 years that supply's gone down to 30 million cards because your mum threw them in the bin, you know, your kids played with them on the ground with no sleeves and ruined them, yeah, and they went in the trash, right, and stuff, and the supply dwindled. So like the first edition Charizard has value because there's not many of them. Yeah, there's not many of them, that's why they have value. But it all goes down to how much pieces of paper that someone is willing to trade for that item, yeah? For example, Bitcoin is the enemy, or the digital cash, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Zcash. They all zero fee transactional coins, yeah? So you can send them anywhere in the internet, anywhere in the globe, right? And then you can send them on private chains, right? That literally make your money go like this. You cannot be seen. So I always said, if anyone wanted to make a competitor to eBay, they would make an anonymous marketplace. Just like Silk Road back when Ross Ulbricht went to jail because people were selling drugs on the fucking website instead of like normal stuff. Right? But if they made a Zcash marketplace where no one could see where the item was going, it was fully encrypted like Proton Mail, and you can't see on the other side of what someone's doing. Yeah, even top hackers can't even hack Monero. So, like, this is the reason why people choose these grading companies. Now, the reason why it goes into grading companies, don't listen to people that are sitting there on YouTube going, oh, but I prefer this grading company, right? You need to look at your grading company that you're choosing to grade with, and you need to choose the company that you're going to get the most benefit out of. That means how fast you're getting your cards back. How fast can you sell them for? How much money does the value of that card go up with PSA's case on it? And PSA will literally always be the king. And I said this and will say this. No matter whatever happens with PSA, if there's a scandal, the owner changes, whatever happens, yeah, if they decided to come to the UK market or any market that is dominated by any random companies, like look how many UK grading companies started up when, PSA was not about, right? You got Poke Grade, which is another one. I've never reviewed them. I've never had a slab of them. You've got MTG. I've never had a slab of them. I thought Tree Frog was going to be like some good company, right? They turned out to be nonsense. You know, you can't sell the cards. They're not worth anything. They're worthless. It takes way too much time to gain repetition. You know, Beckett's got the black label. Beckett has always marketed the black label as the best option and the competitor to PSA. Right, yes, in some characteristics, the black label is sometimes better. Like, look at the Dragon Ball Z community, right? Dragon Ball Z, it's, yo, we're going for a black label because these cards are made in Japan. They're a lot higher quality. Then it could go down to Pokemon in America. Why do they make the poor quality of the cards? Do they make them poor quality on purpose that the less PSA 10s that are around, or the less graded 10s that are around, the more value of them cards that go up? And this is why I'm taking this exactly towards the grading companies and Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is something you buy for value. Yeah, you buy it for value. If you want to preserve your money, if you want to buy a house, if you want to fucking, you know, one day buy a house for, say, 0.01 of a Bitcoin, not even one of a Bitcoin, yeah? Right, it'll be that, like, look at the price of an iPhone, right? The price of an iPhone was like 3,000 Bitcoins, and now it costs us like less than 0.5, right? You can buy an iPhone for less than that. So you imagine Bitcoin's price over the next 10 years might even reach like $1 million plus, $1.2 million, $1.3 million, and then there's some guy telling you on YouTube to buy Shiba Inu. There's some guy telling you to buy Shiba Inu over buying Bitcoin. Like, what the fuck are you doing? That's what I mean about people with grading their cards. They grade their cards with PSA or grade your cards with a shit company that makes them not worth anything. They're literally shitcoiners. The difference between shitcoiners and people that are actually in, you know, the community thing for the reason. Like, let's say Zcash. Zuko, who made Zcash with 7 other people, with Edward Snowden. Edward Snowden turned around and said in Bitcoin Conference 2024, he said that they are running out of runway. We are running out of runway. Why are you guys not listening? We are running out of runway. Bitcoin can be tracked. Every transaction that can be sent on it can be tracked. Everything is pseudomonas. That's why Ross Ulbricht went to jail in the first place, right? So we need a privacy option, yeah? A Zcash. He worked on Zcash with the founders. Zcash should be the best private money that will ever exist, and I don't even think anyone can argue that with me. Like, what I've researched, what I've discovered, what I've looked at, the people, the interviews, I've watched everything I've looked at, and I'm like, that is the ultimate enemy, yeah? To the physical, to the banks controlling the world, yeah? And the banks won't give up their monopoly money. They won't give up this monopoly. I'll give you a reason on why this is monopoly money. A monopoly note from the game, the actual monopoly game, which is not even real money, sold for probably 10 times this amount of money in my hand, right? So a monopoly money is not even real money. That is not even real money that somebody would accept as a payment, right? But people will accept this. This is complete utter shite, yeah? In the way that somebody doesn't print anymore, this money is good because it's anonymous. I can use this and give you this anonymously, right? And you walk into a shop and you can be anonymous. Now people go, oh, you're on camera. Yeah, okay, you're on camera. It's the libertarian movement around that specific movement, right? So that's why when Card Communist said to me about, you know, I'm not really like, cards is my stock market, and I'm like, you know, you're winning, so I can't say, you know, what you're doing now is good enough, right? You've got sales, you're getting 90,000 subscribers, people, you're selling these cards to these people, right? They're buying slots, you know, you're raffling these cards off, you're making a profit, you know, you're happy, right? You're winning right now, yeah? So the fact is that the people that sit there saying buy this PSA graded company or don't use PSA, and they can't give you a valid reason on why they're not using PSA or why you not use PSA. I've had my differences with PSA and I will still use PSA. I will still use PSA because I want the value preservation. I want the honesty with the grade, like the way your cards are graded, you know, the way they're looked at, you know, the way they're cased, you know, they're good. They're good. They're a good, solid business, yeah? They don't need to rely on people going, well, if you use my code, we'll give you 10% off, and, you know, they don't need none of that shit. That shit, organic growth, yeah, and growth and demand for sports and cards and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering and everything. Like, look at Magic the Gathering. People who bought Magic the Gathering years ago, yeah, Beta, you know, what is it? What's that one set I like? Arabian Nights, yeah. That set is next level, yeah, right. And it's like those sets were not reprinted. They will never be reprinted. They are legit. You put them in PSA cases, you're still gonna win regardless because on how old they are. The Magic card game still exists. But if it goes bust, if Pokemon officially went bust and there was no more cards ever to be created, could you imagine the value of the item if there was demand in place? Yeah, all the value of the cards were literally 10 times if the demand was still there, but the company couldn't function. Yeah, you see what I mean? That's why I'm taking you. Don't be a shit, don't be a shit grader. Don't be a shit grader and just go to the decision of other people what they're telling you to do, right? And going to be a shit grader. Now, someone can look at this video and say, well, Zcash lost like 99% of its value. Okay, now Zcash did lose 99% of its value since the time it started, and it's probably like right around sitting at like $30, but because the public doesn't fucking know what kind of technology they have in their fucking hand. Like, they don't know. They're unaware. They completely don't know what's going off. Like, look, when I made a video and I said, yo, this card, yeah, is on eBay, it's cheap, £4, but you sold that. Like, they're all gone. Do you know what I mean? They're all gone. Like Zcash, yeah? Zcash is private anonymous money. You can shield it. Orchard Pool is going boom, 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 boom. It's skyrocketing on the amount of money that's being sent between each other. The amount of money that's being sent between each other, and you can't see it. You can't see the money. You can't see the transactions. Nobody knows how much was sent. Like, it's literally the best ultimate money system. Like, obviously, buy Bitcoin for value. You buy Bitcoin for value. If you want to preserve £20, you want to reserve £30, £40, £50, £60, you know, £80, £100, £200. You buy a pound of Bitcoin a day. You buy a dollar a day. You buy a pound of Bitcoin $1 a day. Yeah, okay. You know, you buy a pound a day, $1 a day, pound a day, $1 a day. You're still going to make money over a period of length of time, yeah? But just remember that you are being tracked on Bitcoin, yeah? Just remember that. If you're using exchanges with physical, legal fictions, and, you know, if people don't know the way I talk, like legal fictions and that, they just think that their name is their name. Then your name is not your name. As much as you believe your name is your name, it's not your name. It's a piece of paper. It's a government-issued bond. The bond is sold and traded on the stock market, and here you are thinking you are that name. You know, please attend this meeting, yeah? Please attend this. No, how could a physical piece of paper, you know, go to that event, yeah? You are turning up as a representee of the piece of paper that you have as like a birth certificate, right? A certificate of live birth is something different between the system's a scam, yeah? It's a scam. But how this relates to grading companies is don't be a shit shiller and shill crap companies and make people not make wise decisions. The people that say grade with PSA, grade with PSA. Listen and grade with PSA. Preserve the value of your cards, and, you know, hopefully you make it in life and you win, right, where you're not having to be a sellout. Yeah, you're not being a sellout. You're not saying, oh, do this, do that and that. But, you know, thanks for watching the video, right? If you like the video, you know, go ahead and like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike the video, right? Realistically, I don't do YouTube for money. I don't make affiliate. I don't make money off YouTube. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to give you this. I'm giving you this information for fucking free. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just telling you for free. Don't get consumed into this bullshit. Why this, like, look at that guy who replying on the channel, right? He didn't even fucking reply again after I sent him, like, you're a pathetic excuse of an individual. Now, you just admitted that you're literally paid to pump this company, yeah? Right? He didn't reply again, did he? He shut his mouth. Imagine that. He shut his mouth. So, this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? You got people being paid on YouTube, like, to do promotions, pump promo codes, to their subscribers, right? And here they are not even labeling their fucking YouTube videos as being sponsored content. It's as simple as that. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.